There's no bad ideas in a urinal storm.
Yeah. Woo!
Contependent, yo. Contependent, yo.
I like the new theme. Sorry.
Yeah, I did too.
I'm Will
Very
Smithing right now.
Samurai Champloo.
Yeah, or adult swimish. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm Will Smithing right now.
Welcome everyone to Content Pending, the show. I'm Travis.
I'm maybe Dylan. I don't know.
You're still Dylan. It's just
Sure.
part of you is dead.
Yeah. It's South by.
It's been South by. It's been South
We
by.
did a thing
It's our
today.
thing.
It was great.
This
You're
is a
a Polish
podcast.
man
This
in
podcast
America.
takes place at Don's Depot in Austin, Texas. We'd like to have some drinks and talk to interesting people about the things that have gone over the week in a topical or tropical format. We're really excited because we just got finished with our second, or is now an annual thing, our second day drinking with friends at Don's Depot, which is a show that we put on at South by, and it was a success.
was.
At least a more notable success than it was last year.
But we have local comedians.
Yeah.
And actually, we had some non-local.
We had some
comedians.
Austin and Boston comedians who came in last second who were like put on the bill, which was fucking great.
And in New York.
And a lot of some fucking incredible people, and we'll try to put out as much of the audios that we can scrag from it.
Because apparently it is our curse that we don't get audio right for these.
Yes, and that's fine. We'll figure it out. We'll figure it out in post.
But
we
we
finally get to.
But we had DJ Yoshi Fuerte. Rock in the house.
Yep, yeah, DJ Yoshi Fuerte, who's on the show.
There he is.
Yeah,
What's up?
Mr. Horn himself.
Yeah.
Fucking great. Do you remember the song that I freaked out about?
Yes, it was. That's literally my new favorite thing I've ever done.
Yeah.
It's
Is it mashup artist? I would say like Yoshi Fuerte. That name is a mashup artist, right?
yeah.
Yeah.
When I do just like house music, I do as Bergstrom.
Right. And what's Legs Day? Leg Day?
Leg days.
Leg Day,
Leg days. Trap. Bergstrom's house.
Trap,
Yoshi
okay,
Fuerte's
got it.
mashups and Trap. Trap. Trap is fun. Trap is like booty shaking.
But what was that song? What was that combination of songs?
So it's an Orbital song because Orbital is a group that's been around for a really long time that I like a lot.
Yeah.
I think everyone knows Halcyon and On, which was on the Mortal Kombat soundtrack. It's like
Right.
It's the intro to Hackers. I think it's like the end of Mortal Kombat.
Oh,
whatever.
you had
It is
me at
one of the
Hackers.
most lauded,
Yeah.
repetitive tracks ever created by man.
No, not that one. Not Halcyon. Halcyon's like, I mean, it's weird because they do a lot of kind of glitchy like vocal cut up stuff. Not the Mortal Kombat, not that one, but like it's a different.
I'm talking about Halcyon.
Okay.
Yeah, it's just it's incredibly repetitive, but it's so enjoyable.
Oh, I see what you're
the
saying.
entire time.
Well, 'cause they do like weird little changes. Like Orbital's one of those groups where they like over the course of an 8-minute song they'll like
Right.
make little like where like there's little polyrhythms that have changed through the time, but you don't notice it.
Like
because
when they're trying to be subtle.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Because tracks used to just be like 10-15 minutes long. They have a track that's like 15.
Yeah.
It's like live and it's 15 minutes long. And you're like, God damn,
It's like a four song album or something.
yeah, exactly.
It is
It's
a
their
commitment.
sampler.
They have
Right,
those. They really
right.
do. Like their first record had 10 tracks. Their next record had like 8. The next one had like 6. I'm like,
Jesus.
oh, okay.
Before we get any farther, I have to do a little sidebar because a friend of the show, Evan,
Yeah.
has a band that I know he used to listen to. Is like they have like 97-minute long one songs.
Okay, like Godspeed, You Black Emperor, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know the name of the band, but I remember he used to like have like
They actually turned those into albums, though.
yeah, but
Right,
it'd be like
More
one
like
track.
Grateful Dead.
It'd be like one track, but less good because it
What,
was
so not jam stuff. It's like it's a one purposely driven song that's like that long.
yeah.
Jesus
But,
Christ.
he would rock out to that. Like he would like be in the office like, yeah, there's this band on. Like, what the hell is that? It's that like techno electronic elevator. And he's like, no, it's still the same song. Like, it started an hour and a half ago.
right.
What, did he see the value in how it's going to last him all day?
Basically, yeah, yeah.
That other voice you're hearing is Adam
sorry.
McWaters.
Sorry.
Sorry.
No, you're fine. Adam McWaters is our beard,
That was my bad. It was my bad.
our tech dragon.
I see what you did there.
Come and drink it. There's a keg on his shirt.
My wife got a green shirt for me just to be safe.
Just in case,
today.
yeah.
Kashar.
In our audience, we have some people that actually helped us out. We have Chris Lloyd's friend Adam. We have, of course, Bassy. Bassy was on the last After Hours show. We should listen to that because that was a lot of fun. And he helped us run the RSVPs. We have Billy.com over on my right because, again, in podcast, direction is very important.
It is.
And he helped, of course. And that was a lot of fun. Adam and our Adam helped him much. And
I think before we go any farther, just Don's Depot. Goddamn, thank
Yes.
you.
yeah, of course. No, we're so lucky. And they just like, they really enjoy this. And they really enjoy that we do this. I mean, I don't know if Don himself like really gives a shit either way, which is fine.
He's
He
beyond
seems to like
shit
us.
giving.
He likes us. You know,
Actually,
like-
that's a funny story. So the backstory is the Day Drinking with Friends is a comedy and DJ Yoshi Fuerte showcase.
Yeah.
About 4 or 5 hours of just having fun with people who we are friends with on our shows,
yeah,
on our
yeah,
podcast.
yeah.
We were fortunate enough to let they said we could do it here.
Yeah.
And this is year 2. But this year was different. This year, Dawn opened the door for us.
Yeah. Yeah.
I really got the feel like I don't want to be here right now because I hate you guys.
Yeah.
but actually, and he even had his bank bag
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
was empty.
Sure.
If you noticed,
Yeah.
there was no girth in
Yeah.
that bank bag.
Not when he got here.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But I have a feeling if he comes back in 4 or 5 hours
And sees it. Yeah.
and there's stuff in that bank bag,
Yeah. Yeah.
he won't hate us anymore.
They all succeeded in that way.
That's
so,
how it works out.
Yeah.
Miss Tammy, yes, ma'am.
But that was a wonderful time doing
Yeah.
the show, successful thing. And, if you listen to this and you're interested in comedy and you're ever in South by, like, just leave your Saturday, because we like to do it in the early afternoon. There's still so much shit you can do afterwards. Just you can come up and do it. But that's next year. So, or maybe a bunch of times this year. We'll figure that out. We know at least one person who, because Jay, the documentarian who's making the Don's Depot documentary,
That's
Yeah.
a whole different story.
he said, well,
Yeah.
of course, but
I
he
can't
said,
even believe-
But he said specifically that he's like, you guys need to do this at least 3 or 4 more times during the year. Like, I mean,
okay.
let's do it. Fine, yeah.
Well, I want to bring adult prom back, but that's kind of Brennan and Ashley's thing, Ashley Medina's thing.
Yeah.
because they did that 2 or 3 years ago, and then
And Brennan
again
moved
the next
away,
year.
right?
Well, yeah, but she would come back for it.
Right.
But like the reason it didn't happen the 3rd year was because Ashley got pregnant, and so she was just like, I can't.
Babies ruin everything.
I don't want to drink
do.
at this thing because
But now the baby is old enough.
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
fine.
and now she's
Yeah.
like, I want to do this thing.
The baby can drink now too. So
Of course, yeah.
Well, by Dawn's age rules.
yeah.
Right.
Yeah. You're
That,
right.
it's St. Patty's rules. If it's green milk,
Is somebody
it's fine.
yeah, is somebody holding you high enough to see over the bar? Then you're good.
Right.
Yeah.
If you
Yeah.
can choose your own beer, then you're old enough to drink. I think.
I'll take a pill snap. Damn, baby's got taste,
Right.
right?
Yeah,
Got any-
and-
got any
and a
Pall
deep
Malls?
ass voice. Jesus.
Yeah. Yeah, but I got a cigar cutter.
So yeah, we did it again.
Yeah, we did this thing. We did
Oops.
it. Oops, we did it again.
Yay.
Yes,
Yeah.
absolute. Cheers to all of the things that just happened. Holy shit.
Saying,
Yeah, Dylan, thanks for helping, like, really, not helping, like, really fucking putting it together. I'm so glad you did it because, like I said, it was just stressing me out just even thinking about it. So I'm happy it worked out. I'm happy people showed up. And,
Well,
and
we-
if you didn't show up and you're listening to this, you're dead to me. So whatever.
we thank Nathan Erman.
Yeah, Nathan Ehrman.
Our soon leaving us for L.A. Nathan Erman.
Yeah, we'll have him back on the show for sure. Have the time for guests or whatever. But like, there's too many people to thank, and I'll put them in the show notes or whatever. And whenever we produce,
I think more importantly, why weren't you here?
right. Next time, just plan on doing the thing.
500 of you said you're going to show up.
Yeah,
39 of you did.
41 technically.
Technically.
Yeah. With 41 people who actually RSVP'd showed up, but there was also like a good chunk of it, like another probably like 40 or 50 people, right?
Yeah,
we had a good crowd.
There were some in and outs,
Yeah.
and it's better than the 6 people we had last year.
Fuck
No,
yeah,
we
it
had,
was.
we had Josh's mom last year.
Yeah, it was 8 people. It was 8 people.
8. Sorry, my bad.
Your mom laughs for 10 though. I mean,
That
She
is
does.
true.
Well, and her friend Lisa lasts for 20.
Yeah.
So it's like they are
Yeah.
a cheering section and a laughing section.
this year we had the Parkers. We had Maria Parker, who's a huge stand-up fan just in general, and like she had I mean, like, that was the only person I was really nervous was having a good time because she's like, I follow stand-up and I love stand-up, whatever, and she really enjoyed it. I was like, all right, it's good.
That was.
It's good. I'm
that
enjoying
was
it, but
the
yeah.
most beautiful shit.
Oh yeah,
Actually,
she's a great fucking laugh.
If we ever get some good footage, I don't know yet. I haven't seen the footage, but there was one wonderful couple, lesbian couple, like in the front of the house
Yeah,
that
in the
got
house.
they got like all the comedians like
Yeah, connected to. Yeah,
connected to.
Yeah.
It was
Yeah.
just a good show.
The most
Yeah.
polite heckler.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I was trying to
The
come up
most
with
polite- yes.
I met her. She's from San Antonio, and
Yep.
she
Avery Moore,
loves
yeah.
comedy. And she had a blast.
Yeah, she was great. She
Yeah,
was great.
Yeah, super great.
I want to come up with a word. There's got to be some sort of like portmanteau for like polite heckling or like nice heckling or.
I'm sure there is.
Jamie Kennedy.
No, that's no,
No, not at all.
That's the opposite. That's the
Yeah,
opposite.
yeah.
My
Seth
bad. My
Green.
bad.
Seth
my
Green.
bad.
You're thinking Seth Green.
right. Never go full Seth Green. Never
I'm really glad we got Rob to actually do a set. That dude
Dude, Rob
is,
doubled down. He left this show to do another show.
I
Yeah,
know.
but that's just like that's what he does.
That's what he does.
Man, I love his fucking.
That dude is insane.
His gay
I
Rodney
love it.
Dangerfield is such a fun character, and he admits, he's like, if you ever watch any Rodney Dangerfield, like he doesn't go, huh! He never does that.
No.
He never punctuates his jokes like that, but like everyone
That's the
remembers that.
caricature,
That's the
yeah.
character of it. Like everyone knows that he does that in a way, but like Jesus Christ, his joke about your dick already sucks is so makes me
saying.
so
It
fucking
already
happy.
sucks.
Well, it's also one of those jokes that like you during the beginning you're like, okay, I'm here. I'm willing to see
Yeah,
where this
yeah,
goes,
yeah.
and then it goes
I'm
a little
exploring
bit
this
further. And you're
character.
like, what's happening? By the end of it, it's hysterical because it's just
Yeah.
like he's
Yeah.
so committed to it, and he's just like, ugh, like the 50th. Ugh, you're like,
Yeah.
this is surreal and amazing now.
Did you see but how he started? How he started was just like he's practicing the cough, the whatever.
Yeah, yeah.
But he's away from the mic
Calculated.
the whole
Yeah.
time, right? But everybody can still hear it.
Yeah.
That's calculated.
Yeah.
Actually,
Like,
what's even better than that is that was his closer after doing a 3-minute pantomime
Yeah.
That he killed.
that he totally fucking
about the
ass-
Italian chef masturbating.
yeah.
Italian chef after a long day of work comes home and
like
pleasures
satisfying day of
himself.
work,
Yeah, satisfying day of work. Oh my god, he just
coming home to masturbate.
goes too fucking far. Well, and like and Adam Rabick actually also had a character like Adam
Weatherman.
Rabick. Yeah, he's one of my favorite. He's one of my favorite guys in town because he just does not stop a bit.
No, he does
just
not.
goes on,
Right.
and there's that moment in time where you're all kind of stressed because of this bit.
He's in
And
for a
I
penny,
can't
in
even
for a
fucking
pound. Yeah.
right. It's like it's
full
hard,
Rabick,
it's hard to
yeah.
explain it because you're just like, okay, now he's just yelling. Now, I mean, the character's yelling, and then holy shit, that's fucking hilarious.
Yeah.
And of course his all out of Africa joke is my favorite one in all of Austin. I'll even shout there because Avery Moore, of course, is a delight. She's
The
so
point being,
precious.
you guys missed out on a great fucking show.
Sure.
Why weren't you here?
For sure,
Yeah.
for sure. So anyway, Avery and Adam have been on the show before. They've been on Drunkcast before. They're going to come back for Content Penny because they have a new podcast that they want to punch. Because
The all Christmas one.
the all Christmas one. So like
Nice.
Avery and Adam, if you don't know these guys, if you don't live in Austin or whatever, they every year they do a Avery and Adam's Christmas committee. It's a 3-time year running Christmas show in the same kind of like what's like a Bing Crosby style of
Yeah.
like whatever. And every year they have a fucking blast and they have a bunch of comedians or whatever. So they finally started doing podcasts. And my favorite thing about the podcast, the idea is it's an entire like every month or every week or whatever they do it, whatever their cadence is, they do just Christmas themed stuff.
Yeah.
But the very end they have their favorite criminal cop of the week, where they literally just talk about by name, call out cops who have been shitheads in some way. And I love it. So off
Merry
message.
Christmas.
Yeah, Merry Christmas.
Episode 2 ends tomorrow. Well, that's it. Yeah.
Right. Well, I mean, probably get in trouble. But again,
Yeah.
you'll never, you only know people are listening to the show if they get upset because they're listening to it, all of it, to
And more
get to the end of it or
importantly,
whatever.
that's the kind of comedy that we bring here
Yes. Yes.
at Content Bending.
Yeah.
Man, it was a great show.
It was a great show.
It was.
Yeah. It was super fucking
South
fun.
by is always amazing.
Yeah.
I'm glad we do this.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
that's a
Is-
strong word.
Is this? Well,
Stop it. At,
Let
no,
me-
no, go sit over there.
I actually feel bad
Switch
this
with
year
Massey.
because this is the first.
No.
This is the This is the first year that I
Guys.
haven't really done a bunch of fucking South by stuff. Like I usually am like rabid and I'm in there and I'm just doing all the stuff and I'm.
You did yesterday. You were like all over Instagram. On
I did. Well, that's the thing is like you only need to go do 1 or 2 things and like Instagram the shit out of it and it's like look at all the stuff I did.
Oh, of course.
It's
Yeah.
like I was only
Yeah.
on for like 2 hours, but
Yeah.
you know.
Oh
it
no,
looks-
but more importantly, you did South by the way that I like to do South by. You find that one dive shitty bar that
Oh,
has,
yeah.
has that one
Yeah. Call out Latchkey, man.
has that one group set.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You want to show up at noon. You must be there for the whole day because they nailed their set list. And this is South by. That's the best part about South
Fucking
by.
that first
it's
band-
finding that one thing.
Oh,
Just
the Velt.
driving
They were
through.
awesome.
Oh, fucking incredible.
well, and their
Yeah.
name is a reference to a who did the Velt? The story with the kids. They have the broom. Oh Christ! It's not. Is it Philip K. Dick?
Perfect Strangers.
No, it's a short story
Third Eye
by one
Blind.
of like by Asimov or Dick or one of the seminal.
Well, if it involves kids, it sounds like dick.
okay.
Name of your sex tape.
Yeah,
I stepped into that
Catholic Church.
one for the team.
Also, name of your sex tape.
so the kids go in this room and it's like it's paradise and
Stranger
there's
Things.
lions And they feed their parents to the lion so they can stay in the room because the parents keep trying to get them out of the room. It's called the Veld, V-E-L-D-T.
Okay.
But so this band who sounds like...
Sounds Dutch to me, actually.
Maybe. I mean, I'm
No,
sure,
Veld
it means something.
is a gentle grassland,
Ah.
Yeah, the savannah.
Also Dutch.
which is where the word svelte comes from.
Ooh.
Oh,
which
really?
is
Okay.
Slender.
Gentle.
a
Slender grassland.
a slender, gentle shape
Yeah.
of
a
a
female.
human,
Yeah.
usually female.
Yes. If you're nasty.
That sound comes out of both sides. Anyway, so hang on my sex tape. Let's take a break. We'll come back after this.
I told you that was coming too, and you didn't believe me.
Yeah, welcome back to the show, everybody. Segment 2. Still hanging out, of course. Still hanging out with Dylan. Still content pending. Still hanging out with Adam. Still content pending. Hanging out with Josh or DJ Yoshi Fuerte.
Love this man.
Still
Love
content
this
pending.
man.
Yeah.
I've got content.
So
It's
what
not
was...
pending.
Okay, so there was
Oh, yeah, so-
Orbital and who?
Orbital and Calvin
Redenbacher.
Harris featuring Rihanna. This is
Okay.
what you came for.
Yeah, yeah.
But the thing that I like about it is...
That gave me fucking chills.
Thank you. 'Cause
Yeah.
the thing that I like about it is my favorite thing about doing mashups, especially like doing really musical ones, which is like what I try to do.
Yeah.
But it's also like sometimes it's musical and it doesn't make you want to shake your ass, and like that's fine. But sometimes it's both.
Right.
And
right,
I like that
right,
too.
Right.
So-
no, that was killing me, man.
But it has like those the both songs have that little weird vocal snippet that goes up and down and around, and so they both happen at the same time, and it just fucking kills me. Like it was one of those things like I found, and I was just like, I'll get really drunk here and like on a normal night, and I'll come home. And I'll like everybody will be asleep, Dana will be asleep, and I'll be just drunk as shit. And I'm like, I'm gonna fucking listen to the song. And I put on headphones and I'm like, yeah, you get it, Yoshi. Yeah, like I fucking, it's like one of those things. Like I'm not embarrassed to say like I love this shit. Like
Yeah.
I'm really happy that someone else likes it. Like I'm really happy you like it because
Oh, no, I'm stoked.
I'm like, should I play this? It's like this is the weird one. It's really pretty, but I don't know if it's fucking dancey.
But the next morning you don't remember doing it.
Oh no! It's like I'm like, why did I fall asleep with headphones in? Like, where's my phone? What's going on? Why did I play this song 17 times?
Why am
last
I on the
night?
bathroom floor?
in a row?
Right.
I just
right.
gotta say, really, Yoshi Fuerte as a DJ, you
Oh,
are
thank
the
you.
master.
My first mix was absolute dog shit. But
No,
while
yeah,
I was here,
I-
so it's fine.
just tonight, you're playing our thing. You pulled out a Hall & Oates mashup.
with Justin Bieber.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I told you that was
Yeah.
coming too, and you didn't believe me.
but more importantly, I heard the Hall & Oates. I'm like, you pulled Hall & Oates on me.
Yeah.
And then you did Ocean's 12 soundtrack.
Ocean's 12 soundtrack
No.
with 50 Cent. And their key match. I don't know. I don't know how
that. Yeah.
I found it, and I found it in like
worked.
10 years ago, and I was just like, "Oh, this is awesome." And I never play it because it's just so weird. Like, but it's just like, oh, I just need to play some stuff for like the next hour while we break down.
Well, and so something to understand. So like,
Showing my age.
So-
yeah, thank you.
Yeah, no, I love it. I love
when we do dating with friends, you know, we have Yoshi on first, plays for an hour, and then he sits back and he handles the stingers for the comedians that come up and play the
Yeah.
content pending song or whatever.
Oh, he even rolled out. Oh.
Kicked that out so hard, and it was so great because you're like the perfect person to do that because you're just like back there and enjoying all the comedy.
Yeah.
So like they'll look back at you and be like, oh yeah, there's still a guy over here, and you're just happy.
My
And
my
and that
face
part-
hurts.
Of course,
I don't
yeah.
normally smile for 3.5 hours straight. I was just like, this hurts.
But my favorite was
Avery.
Avery made
Yeah.
a specific reference to a specific song
And he pulled it out as her closer.
and had it as her closer. So when she was leaving, it was. Well, I mean, what was it?
Spirit in the Sky.
Spirit in the Sky.
I was so apprehensive too. So I'm like, this is maybe me stepping outside of my role here a little bit. This
No.
is me, this is me editorializing.
No,
that
it
was
is exactly what should have
it
happened.
makes you the best DJ
Good.
ever.
Yeah.
Dude.
Because I was like, I'm gonna do this, and it's gonna call attention to me, but I don't care.
Honestly,
it's like it's the end.
No.
It made her
we've-
so happy. Made everyone so happy. Everyone who noticed it was like, holy shit, he's doing this. Oh, it's so great.
And honestly, we've had loads of talks, and my boy Les, you know, more or less,
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
like he's very serious about DJing and what that takes, and you've never not done that, and I know he would love you.
I appreciate
For
that.
sure. Yeah, for
I
fun.
guess you do an album together about breakfast cereals.
Yeah,
That sounds
or
great.
brunch. He's
Yeah.
definitely into brunch.
He's a brunch man.
Sure.
He's Canadian.
Oh yeah,
He has a
he
song
he has
called
2
Brunch,
albums about
too.
brunch, right?
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, it's a
Well,
great song.
Well, we talk about more or less. I'm sure at some point.
Oh, yeah.
he was the one with the chili recipe, the vegan
Yeah.
chili recipe,
which
that
I
turned into a rap.
made, by the way,
That you can-
Is it
based
good?
off the lyrics, and it's fantastic. It was a vegan chili recipe, and
It's so
brilliant.
fantastic.
Oh, it's so
But
great.
yeah, I think we
Spirit in the bowl.
there'll be those nights that we'll do like we'll do him, Mac Lethal. Is he
Yeah.
he's the dude who does like the thing without breathing or whatever.
Yeah,
fucking Mac Lethal's so fucking
Mac
great.
Lethal's great.
Fantastic.
Yep.
But a lot of the thing with DJing is like there's two kind of sides to it, and it's like, do you want to make it more complicated or more simple? You know, because you can do things like, well, I could do all this live where I'm like triggering all the samples live and doing everything, but it's like then if you fuck literally anything up, you can't, like, there's no way to get back from that.
Yeah,
you're not just playing a guitar where you just like, oh, I fucked up that note, I'll just play the next note.
The rule doesn't apply as accurately, because like when you're playing live instruments and you fuck up, the goal is you do that same fuck up 2 more times.
Oh, yeah.
So it sounds
So
it sounds like you've done it on purpose.
Yeah, that was Shane's dad taught me that. He was a jazz pianist, and he performed with a bunch of really cool bands. And he said, if you ever play the wrong note once, play it 2 more times and change the key. I'm like, motherfucker, that's so great.
Yeah, that's called the blues.
Right.
Yeah.
But for DJing, a little bit different. Like it doesn't necessarily apply.
There's interesting. There's especially with when you're doing the mashups though. Like because I do them basically live in the studio. So I do, like, you know, I'll play the song, like the bass song, whatever, and like sometimes I'll edit it. Sometimes I'll do the edits live. Sometimes sometimes it just happens to where you can like lay a vocal on top of the song and you're just done because it just whatever they magically match up. But then other times, like, you want to do things at the same time. I don't know. What's that?
This is his Chili song
Oh yeah, the Chili
from the
song.
Mastication album.
Sure.
It's nice. It's chill. It's chilly. You know. More or less, he's such a sweet guy. He's the guy who.
He DJ'd my wedding.
Yeah.
That's right.
Hey, the episode begins as I walk out my crib and reach in my pocket. Yo, there's my list. It's 2 green peppers, 1 can of chickpeas, small can of corn niblets, a can of kidney beans, preferably red. As for the rest, a large carrot, a large yellow onion, and mushrooms in 2 packets. Veggie ground round, cooking oil, cooking sherry, hot sauce.
I see this. This is awesome.
It's wonderful. And he was one of the South bys. We were still recording at Jackalope.
Yeah.
We had a bunch of the comedians, a bunch of the
Canadians.
nerdcore Canadian guys too, coming up, and like we had a lot of cool interviews, and more or less showed up, and he had just a fucking awful cold, and he was so miserable, but he still kicked it out. It was so great, and then he went back to his hotel, which was kind of close, but
And he came back again.
and he came back with albums, and he was like, he had so much fun, but he looked, he just looked so miserable, and was like, he gave us all an album or whatever. Just a fucking sweetheart, and of course, then flew from fucking Canada to DJ Adam's wedding.
Yeah.
Like, what a fucking nice guy.
It's also like fresh kills.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
During the
Which of those do you think is nicer? Do you think More or Less or Fresh Kills?
Well, which one's more
unfortunately,
Canadian?
I would say Word Burglar to a fault.
Between those two.
Yeah.
Between them,
Yeah.
less.
You think less? Yeah.
I'm going with less.
Yeah.
nicer.
Yeah.
I'm going with less.
Nah, I would say Kills. Kills actually took a nap on my shoulder.
That was super cute. It was so cute.
Yeah.
I had pictures of them. Right after they ate a bunch of Wendy's and he passed out because he's so tired.
And Les was
Not on the show. No.
Les was super pissed because he's like, "You going to Wendy's? Wendy's doesn't have anything for me, man."
Because he's vegetarian. Yeah. Except for when he's high. He has a song about that too.
Yeah.
He's like,
Where he's like, it's a
what do you call
he
it?
doesn't like pressed meat. Yeah. I'm down with that pressed meat till I hit the bong. The thing is, Kills told me during the video shoot for Poppin' Chips, which is, by the way, if you haven't seen it,
great fucking song too.
a fantastic music video.
I think you played that one for me.
About middle school.
Yeah.
And a great song. And Kills had this dope like aviator headset like my dad had. He's like, "Oh, I wish I could keep that, but it wasn't mine. I just borrowed it, and I had to eat all these snacks and do this thing, and I was so sick." Those motherfuckers get sick all the time. All the time. One of them is fucking disabled every time they show up.
Yeah, what's up with
Guaranteed. One, it is very hard to wrangle rappers. That's why I gave up. I gave up on South by, period.
Right.
Because it's so stressful.
4 years ago,
I have fair going on, right? Like, I want to go.
Right.
I love them. But it is so stressful to split my time and try to figure that out. I got to drive a fucking hour out of town just to get here. And when one of them is just like, "No, I'm not coming out because I'm fucking dying." like fucking Canada.
Then why am I doing it? Yeah.
Well, and you guys, I do wish you'd been able to go to Travis to the and you too as well, the nerdcore / all kinds of hip hop thing that my buddy Chi-Chi throws. Shout out to Scratch Vinyl.
Oh yeah, Dive. Yeah.
Wait.
Yeah, so dive bars. This is the sixth
Which
year.
Chi-Chi?
Chi-Chi.
Chico? Ta-Chi-Chi?
No. It's
Oh.
Chi-Chi Thalkin. But he did. He and Leah Manners of Hip Hop Array on Co-op do a hip hop show every year at Dive Bar. This is their 6th year.
Nice.
And like Lando Chill was a guy who I think he's from Birmingham.
Lando Chill, yeah.
Yeah.
The Lando Chill show was all up on my Facebook because of all the nerds.
Yeah.
And
Like
yeah.
Samus is awesome.
Samus
Mega
is-
Ran's fucking killer.
well, Mega Ran's always been killer, but Samus is
awesome.
Samus is a fucking uppercut outside of something.
Lingua Franca is the
Lingua
chick.
Franca?
Do you know her?
She- yeah,
Dude, she's fucking amazing.
Was she there last year?
Unbelievable.
I don't know. That's L.A. That's like she has a name.
It was L.A. that I was thinking
She
about.
has
Oh
a
my
name
god,
that's-
she was fucking incredible.
It's her initials is L.A. and that's but I can't remember what she's actually called.
Right.
This year's LA was for sure for me Lingua Franca.
Oh, wow.
And
Yeah.
Chi-Chi heard her on some like a feature on somebody else's track, like Bart. You know, like
Yeah,
Yeah.
I've been
the third
following.
part of the verse, and he was like, I don't know, like, these guys are great, but like who is she, and will she come and like
Right.
do this thing?
Yeah.
And she was awesome.
Yeah.
and like
I've been following
incredible
Lingua
flow,
Franca.
incredible rhythm, incredible like wordplay, and just the whole time never stopping
And a lot
like,
of energy,
barely
yeah.
breathing.
Yeah.
And it's just like,
yeah.
I mean, the
She is-
shit got hype. It was awesome.
She is murder.
Yeah, she's crazy. It's so
And
good.
like I learned about Lingua Franca through Dope Knife, and who is also
Okay.
probably one of the greatest rappers currently existing right now.
Can I mention something else, especially on the topic of a rap? Like, I got really excited. I got personally excited that Dr. Octagon was in town.
yeah.
But what's nuts is I didn't know anyone else in the whole fucking world except for like maybe everyone that I know personally knows about Dr. Octagon.
me.
Well, right, you don't
Well,
know
that was
Dr.
like
Octagon.
95 or 6. It was
Sure,
a long time
sure,
ago.
but it's like performing for enough times. But like,
Cool
seeing-
Keith got silly.
people were getting fucking really excited about Dr. Octagon. I was like, oh my god, this is fucking incredible. This like there's people from Jackalope, like sub friends from Jackalope are getting excited about this fucking band that I thought was like literally like I guess that was like the first time people were like walking through a crowd and hearing someone say like, hey, Deltron's really fucking cool. Like, how the fuck do you know about Deltron? You know?
Well, that whole suite of like
Yeah, that was a reference from Adam saying before. It's like,
Yeah,
I never really put them together, but yeah.
Dr.
yeah.
Octagon, the Dr. Octagon project and Deltron's 3030 project are super culty.
Mm-hmm.
Deltron's 3030 got panned in Rolling Stone when
I
it
love
came
that
out
record.
as the worst album ever made. Which
Personally, I do-
utterly disagreed with. Because
Personally, I do not like Deltron at all.
Positive Contact's a great
I like
song.
some of the
I
stuff
love Del.
on Gorillas.
I want to be over here for
Well,
a
but
minute.
that's the thing. So
You want to talk about the Eagles?
it's Gorillas. It's Gorillas.
Michael McDonald, bitch.
Yeah, that's true. We should. Third segment will be all about Michael McDonald because
Over
Tracy, you can't do any of my songs.
Did
But,
you bring enough for everyone?
So it's Gorillas, Handsome Boy Modeling School, Deltron, Dr. Octagon, and there's one other project in there somewhere I think that's like
Right.
related because it's all Dan the Automator and Cool Keith or Qbert or
I know
not
those
Cool
references.
You know, Qbert is, yeah.
Qbert or
And Cool Keith.
Yeah.
Kid Koala is
Right,
what I
but
meant, but also
Cool Keith is
on
Dr.
Octagon.
Sure,
Yeah,
sure.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
See, I get that reference.
Right. Very good. Very good, Captain America.
Yeah, he's a Steve Rogers. I
But,
like it.
yeah.
I'm into it. Yeah,
The,
yeah.
The coolest thing about it is they were super culty with all the media and all the things. If you followed that
Yeah,
at
you did.
all, like growing up, a lot of them got panned to shit.
Yeah.
Right. But their influence
Oh, absolutely.
is so huge.
Well, I was in college radio at the time,
Like,
so
in
like
reality.
everyone in my entire universe was like, "These are all amazing. We should play them." And,
Yeah.
and like MC Paul Barman's on fucking
Yeah.
I mean, he's got a new one coming out too, and I'm like, I
Whoever
didn't know he
thought
was still
Paul
a thing.
Barman could change the
Oh
game?
my god! Yeah, I love it. I absolutely love it.
Let's take another break, and we'll come back with more show. Bye-bye. 41 shows can be tied to St. Elsewhere in varying degrees of separation from I Love Lucy to The Flash.
Oh my fucking god!
Welcome back to the show.
Did I tell you I love your new Belgium hat?
Oh no, I love this too.
It is
I don't
sharp.
think-
It
I
is
love
sharp.
it. I love it.
It's mighty.
I have like 3 flat brims.
It's beautiful.
Oh, I was going to say this earlier when we were talking. So I'm a graphic design junkie, and the MAGA hats are stupid. Obviously, the one hat that I wish you could wear ironically, and like because you can't wear any of the MAGA stuff ironically. Like, you can't do it.
if
Right.
you want to get hit by
Well, or
students.
but I just also don't want to like make people feel like that, you know?
Sure,
Like,
sure.
But there's the camo hat with the orange 45 on it. and like the USA on the side, I'm like, that's just a dumb enough hat that if that didn't have these things with it, I would wear that. But I can't because it's connected to
It has all these things with it.
all these horrible things that I don't agree
I
with.
just blacked out by the concept of that.
It's just I don't know.
That's amazing.
I love wearing camo hats. I like
of course,
I
yeah, sure.
have a Tractor Supply Company hat, and if this wasn't Trump, if it was something else and it was funny,
Yeah.
I would absolutely wear that hat. But it's like it's one of those things where it's like, no, it's connected to things that I disagree with on a fundamental,
Yes, of course, yeah.
moral
Yeah,
level.
yeah. And it gives money to that thing. That
Oh,
gives
no,
money
and
to
that's,
something
yeah,
else, of
that's
course. Yeah.
not
it just
exactly.
spirals after that point.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But it's just one of those things where I see it and I'm like, I would love a world where this was just a big joke.
Yeah.
This never happened. There's like 10,000 of these hats in a fucking warehouse that they can't give away, and I end up with one of them and I wear it, and people are like, yeah, fuck that guy. But that's not the world we live in. Like, we do not live in the Meatball Universe.
Yeah, we can't. Yeah.
I told Donnie about that. I was like, do you remember the Meatball Universe? Because like I rep that shit hard.
Right.
Like, we are not. We are on the darkest timeline.
You know, I read something only considering Meatball, considering the movies Meatball, leading into a bunch of different kind of versions of the same kind of genre in a bunch of dumb ways. That the movie Nerds, Revenge of the Nerds. The only reason the Revenge of the Nerds was a thing was because they were worried that Star Wars. No, they made so much money off of Star Wars. That Fox made so much money off of Star Wars that they just kind of picked anything for a tax write-off.
Wow.
So the Nerds franchise started from a fucking like, fuck it, you
Was
know?
Police Academy the same thing? I feel like Police Academy and Revenge of the Nerds are like those are like the, and like to a lesser degree.
That's the same universe for sure.
Yeah.
It has to be. Yeah.
Weekend at Bernie's. I feel like they're all short
Sure.
circuit.
Yeah.
They're all happening at the same time.
Oh no, you're going to the Tommy Westphall universe at this point.
Who's Tommy Westphall?
Tommy Westphall from fucking, you know what I'm talking about. What was the name of the? It was a hospital drama that happened for a very long time, and at the very, 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 very end of it, the very last episode was the kid looking through a snow globe. Fucking Adam, what's the name of the hospital?
ER?
No, it was old. It was older than that. It was like
General?
well, I mean, it was
St. Elsewhere?
St. Elsewhere. Yes,
Okay.
Tommy Westphall was the kid holding the snow globe, who was dreaming the whole thing, looking at
is this
the hospital in the snow
theory
globe.
of
And so the theory is that
every TV show?
is that every TV show is attached to that because all those actors are part of his dream, and he is the only thing that makes these TV shows happen because of his like. Yeah, it's amazing. I'm surprised you've never heard of the Tommy Westphall universe.
No,
Holy
It
shit!
is so
That's
David.
awesome.
It is so Lynch.
Yeah, Unified TV Universe is the Tommy Westphall.
Too many cooks.
Too many cooks. Too many.
Yeah, when NBC's hour-long hospital drama St. Elsewhere signed off for 6 seasons, etc., more than few were sad, whatever. Tommy Westphall. So in the closing moments of the episode, a boy named Tommy Westphall, who's played by Chad Allen, the son of a medical director, Dr. Donald Westphall, was seen peering into a snow globe. Inside the globe was a tiny mock-up of St. Elgius, the medical center that was featured in the series. Behind him stood his father, who was sporting a construction worker's wardrobe. So it's like his dad wasn't even a doctor. He just like pretended his dad was something better than being a construction worker. The implication was that Tommy, a character in the autism spectrum, had imagined the entire show a fiction within the fiction conceit, had angered viewers during the infamous dream sequence arc that had in Dallas 5 years earlier.
Right.
And then so let's see if I can find some examples of where. So like, all right. More than puzzling, some people have found it to be an actual puzzle. The universe of St. Elsewhere was a figment of Tommy Westphall's elaborate imagination that would be the television characters who appeared in the show. Continuity exists only within his mind as well. The doctors had visited the bar on Cheers. Cheers spawned Frasier, a character who appeared in Wings. John Munch, the detective from Homicide, had mingled with the St. Helens crew.
Munch?
Yeah, and he had appeared on the shows ranging from The X-Files to The Wire, effectively making him patient zero of what's become the Tommy Westphall universe.
Okay, so Munch is
Isn't that amazing? 441 shows can be tied to St. Elsewhere in varying degrees, separation from I Love Lucy to The Flash.
oh my fucking god.
If the theory holds, then the large chunk of television is a direct result of one child's formidable imagination.
Formidable.
Yeah.
Imagine.
Okay, so the whole thing with
Yeah.
the thing with Munch is interesting because Munch has been on The Simpsons. So he started on Homicide: Life on the Streets, and then went to Law and Order,
Yeah.
and then went to Law and Order SVU. I think he was in LA for an episode or two. So I think he's been in all the Law and Orders except Law and Order UK, which is actually way better than you think it is, because they wear wigs and it's great. He was in the X-Files. Like Mad TV or something. He was in like some parody show where he played himself. He played himself in Saturday Night Live or something. But Munch has been across more networks and TV shows than any other character in television history.
Right, and so that means that he's directly connected to all of it. That's so fucking amazing in general.
Yeah.
But like, how? Here's how St. Elsewhere links to Doctor Who.
Whoa.
Hypothetically rendering the TARDIS a figment of Tommy's imagination. Donald Westphall and 2 other doctors visit Sam Malone borrowed from Cheers. Cheers introduced Frasier, creative Frasier. John Hemingway of the John Larroquette Show once called into Frasier's talk show. John Larroquette Show once mentioned Yo-Yo Dean, a manufacturing client of the law firm Wolfram & Hart. Wolfram & Hart had another client, Waywood Yutani, that made a weapons display screen for Firefly. Weyland Yutani's ship has been seen in the Red Dwarf, which is also depicted in the Doctor's TARDIS.
Whoa. Well, so also Yo-Yo Dine is laugh a while you can, monkey boy. Buckaroo Banzai.
Oh, fuck
Yo-Yo
yeah.
Dine is a company that
Sure.
they work for the bad guys work for in Buckaroo Banzai.
Fuck, that's wonderful.
Holy shit.
Isn't that amazing? I
And
love
Weyland,
it.
So Weyland Yutani is Aliens and also Blade Runner.
And also Predator.
Here's
by
a
default, because they
tied
Predator and Aliens together.
Here's a small
real
map
early.
of the universe,
That's fucking amazing.
which is Homicide, Life on the Street, Battlestar Galactica, Gideon's Crossing, Frasier, of course, Trottelli's, Boston Legal, Chicago Hope, Method in Red, The Fighting Nightingales.
Method in Red?
Yeah. The White Shadow, Coach. Law and Order, of course, all of them. 6 Foot Under, As Attached to Crossing Jordan. Oh, man, I
As
love
seen
it.
through
Star
the
Trek
eyes of
Enterprise,
Crossing
Next
Jordan.
Generation, Red Dwarf, Angel. Lots of Angel. Holy shit.
Well, if it's Angel, it has to be Buffy
Angel's
too.
there, but not Buffy.
I don't see Buffy yet. No. Oh, yeah, Buffy's up there. Okay, it's in the
Okay.
corner.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah, that
The
makes
Wire,
more
of course. X-Files,
They are
Malcolm in the
clearly
Middle. Malcolm in the Middle.
Yeah, the Malcolm in the Middle one was that's the meme worthy. Angle.
Attaches to MASH, which goes to the Fighting Nightingales, Walter, after MASH, and Trapper John MD. And then, everyone loves Raymond, the King of Queens.
Fuck me, man. That's amazing.
It's all some comatose kid in a hospital.
I love it.
Insane.
Not in a hospital. It's just some little autistic kid in his shitty apartment that his father can
Oh, I thought
barely...
he was comatose in
No,
a
no.
hospital in St. Elsewhere.
No, he was never in St. Elsewhere. The actual hospital from St. Elsewhere was in the snow globe that he was staring at, that was making up the entire plot as he was going along. Yeah.
Fuck's sake.
Yeah,
Meta shit.
Super meta shit.
Meta bullshit.
Yeah.
Meta World Peace.
That's what the Grateful Dead wanted you to hear in their songs.
Yeah, that world. Every Grateful Dead song is trying to render this world more real.
No me gusta.
I love it.
I love it.
I love shit like that.
Yeah, me too.
Because that's in most not fan fiction, but like most fan theories are just I find pretty irritating. It's just like, oh, I think it's this. I'm like, well, no one gives a shit what you think. Like, you get to interpret art however you
You
want.
can
but,
cite some references.
don't tell me about it. Like, I don't care.
Man.
Here's what I got from this movie. Great. Go fuck yourself.
But yeah, if you want to know about the Tommy Westphall universe, just go fucking check it out because I think it's fucking great. Let's take a break and we'll come back and finish this out. Bye-bye.
I know you guys don't like Lost, but God, I'm sorry.
No.
Welcome back to the show, everybody.
Yay.
Segment 4, the last bit of content pending. Still hanging out, with, of course, with Dylan and Adam and Josh, DJ Yoshi Fuerte. So this is the last bit of we didn't really talk about anything else except for music, which has been fun.
Donald Trump.
And
No.
Well, and
No, we did, but
damn it, we missed it.
Sorry.
We kind of did, I guess. Is there anything that happened this week that we wanted to cover that it was something notable or interesting aside from just South by stuff? Because we had a really good time during our show,
We did.
and that will be fun next year as well. If we do it again, then just if you're listening to this, go fucking do it with us because it was a lot of fun. Everyone who came had a great time, and all the guests, all the comedians also had a really great time. But what else happened this week that we should talk about that we missed?
No, we're too drunk. We're too drunk for that.
Okay, sure.
I feel like, well, I was going to say there's
The new trailer for Infinity War came out. I guess I can bring that up if I really
Yeah,
want to.
I
I
think
didn't see it.
yeah,
Sorry.
no, I'm excited about it, and
it looks rad.
I text Chris Lloyd, who's our ombuds person. I think he's still inside.
He is.
I text him, I was like, hey, this is available. I'd like to buy some tickets or whatever. And he's like, yeah, let's do it. And so I got 4 tickets, balcony at the Ritz. And I knew there was only one. I was like, think about all the people that I actually bring.
Bartakamus? What?
Balky Bartakamus. Balcony at the Ritz, in Alamo Ritz downtown in Austin, Texas. And I knew that the only person in the world, after thinking about it for a bit, that would ever actually really appreciate it is Corey Davenport, who is like my Ant-Man buddy. He was the only one who would see Ant-Man with me, so he deserves to go and see Infinity War with me.
We saw Deadpool.
Well, of course, yeah. I'm not saying against it, but I know you have the bad fatigue.
But I love him, and
Oh yeah, of course.
I saw Deadpool with him.
Yeah.
Ergo,
Yeah.
game on. My point.
So I got tickets for that, but I'm talking to Donnie, he was on Drunk Ass Live for a bit, one of our friends from the show, who helped us out with this thing specifically, and he said he also has balcony writs at the exact same time on the other side. So there's 6 of us rolling deep or whatever, and that's just a funny fucking coincidence.
Ain't that some shit?
Yeah,
Ain't that some shit?
yeah.
Who do you think is going to die in Infinity War? I think definitely Iron Man. I think maybe Steve Rogers.
I don't think Steve Rogers is going to die yet.
I don't. I said maybe. I think he's.
I don't think either of them are going to die. Vision's going to die.
They got to kill Vision.
Vision's going to be gone because he doesn't have the fucking stone anymore.
Scarlet Witch is going to make Scarlet Witch more powerful because she's going to lose her shit because she's now lost Quicksilver and him.
Yep.
So it's going to be a device to get her.
Of course.
She already has a movie deal for like next year. So
She has her own movie, really?
Yeah.
Oh,
Well,
neat.
I mean,
Okay.
you could do House of M if you wanted to do. But I mean, I feel like that's doesn't make any sense to do.
I've heard a rumor. Anyway.
It's very possible that Steve Rogers will die specifically.
He's supposed to.
Because he's supposed to at some point for Bucky to take over as Captain America.
Which I hate because Bucky's
It happened in the
terrible character.
Was
It
he
happened in the
US agent?
cartoon.
Was he?
Well, I mean,
Winter Soldier.
Because U.S. agent
Winter Soldier.
took over when Steve Rogers was on the Lam. Like U.S. agent was the captain, like the
right,
U.S.
the U.S. version of the
Yeah.
But so
I thought in the comics too that who's playing the Falcon, not Falcon, who's his buddy, who's in all the Avengers movie, who has the wings that could fly around or whatever. I thought like he picked up the mantle.
Falcon. Yeah, I
it's
think
called
he did
Falcon.
at some point, yeah.
I think he picked it up at some point, but it was like they're setting it up because Chris Evans is out. Like he's
Is he officially done?
yeah, as far as I know, this is
Really?
one of his last few movies, maybe some
Oh,
cameo
so
stuff
he's
or whatever.
dying.
So he's definitely a
Which
probably
he is the best Captain America ever.
He absolutely is, and a pretty good.
But he wants
good
to do
Human
more
Torch.
serious roles. And
I don't think that's it. I think it's just like no one in the world has the staying power like Paul Rudd or Stark, Tony Stark,
Downey.
Downey
Robert
Jr.
Downey
Yeah,
Jr.
yeah.
But no, the Iron Man. There's like 9 Iron Mans.
Right. Well, right.
So, but they won't kill Tony Stark.
No, because he'll never give it up. He's just enjoying making so much money and doing it.
You, Stark.
I was reading a thing about him actually that one of the things that that Robert Downey Jr. does that's so amazing is that he, I guess maybe since his recovery or whatever, is he says hi to every single person who works on anything. He does everything he can to be as honest. He has all his lines prepared, and he is a fucking consummate actor. And it's sad because he
always has.
because he'll be Iron Man forever, and people will remember him as Iron Man instead of like this kind of Gary Oldman like actor or whatever. You know, that's fine. He's getting paid, and he's happy.
but that's the
He's
thing.
enjoying
He
the
was
shit out of it,
always the dude from the Back to School.
Back to School.
Yeah, sure.
But that's the thing though. I think because he had 3, like this is his 3rd Renaissance because there was his first one, there's his second one, and now we're on his 3rd.
Right.
Because he was Chaplin. Like that was. I
Yeah.
don't know if he
He's
won the
Oscar-
Academy Award, but he was Oscar nominated. For that.
Yeah. At 21 years old.
Kiss Kiss Bang Bang again. Like I think it's such
So-
a far it's
yeah.
a far better movie than
Yeah.
it gets credit for, and not just
Yeah.
because it's Shane Black.
We've
The cast is
discussed
great.
previously on many shows.
Yeah, I insinuated myself by calling. I was like, I'm going to be on the show without being on the show. I'm just going to call, and they're going to talk about this thing for a while.
yeah.
Because it's one of the best movies
It's
of the
great.
past 15, 20
It's great.
years.
Yeah.
But
okay.
did y'all see the Singing Detective? That's weird
Yes.
as fuck too.
Yes.
Yeah,
Dude.
no, Downey, but that was his
Downey-
That was his first movie back.
That was his second Renaissance or his third Renaissance?
3rd Renaissance.
Okay.
'Cause we're still on his 3rd.
Actually, no.
Renaissance.
Actually, no. That was pre Iron Man.
Yes. Yeah, well, so are we counting? Because I feel like he got arrested somewhere back when he was first like, okay, this guy has promise. He was a troubled actor.
Singing Detective was pre Iron Man, like 2005.
Right, but so
With Mel Gibson.
are we counting the Renaissances as his rise and fall, like his fall from drugs or being arrested or whatever? Or are we counting it as just like when he was popular?
public
Okay.
population. Yeah.
The 3rd Renaissance? Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Right, but
Or the 4th. Or the 6th Extinction.
Maybe it led it up to it or something. The fifth extinction.
it's been a long-running joke with Iron Man, the character, Tony Stark, the character, just being like
yeah, having
an alcoholic,
bad
and
liver
drugs
or whatever.
he's a
and things
mean
like
drunk
that.
who like.
But the thing with Robert Downey
Hey.
Jr. that's excellent is he's gotten over that, but he's very aware
Oh, yeah,
of what
yeah.
it's like to
That's
be that.
That's my favorite factoid from the first Iron Man. The reason why he literally, so the first thing he comes back from the Middle East and he wants to have a press conference and he's like, I want 2 things. I want to have a press conference and I want an American cheeseburger.
Yeah.
And he has Burger King. He has Burger King specifically because
he
that was
ate
what-
Burger
just a
King and fell
mistake.
asleep in the roof.
No. It wasn't that. He his quote. in an interview, he said the reason he started going to rehab was because he got so fucked up that he was eating a Whopper and he looked down at it and said, "My life is awful."
Yeah.
And so he actually attributes Burger King to his reason for getting better as a human. So of course he gave them a free fucking ad.
Right.
It's called synergy.
It's synergy. Yeah.
The whole thing was like,
Vertical integration.
in order to cast someone in the character of Tony Stark,
Yeah.
there literally isn't anybody better than Robert Downey
No,
Jr.
there's no way.
There's no way. He's perfect for it. He looks the part.
Yeah.
He's
He plays it
been
perfectly.
the part.
He's been the part. He loves doing it too.
and
he actually
loves doing
really
it.
loves doing it.
Like
Except
there's
that Iron Man
there's
is like
nobody.
9 people since then. Like there's like a Black Iron Man. There's like a 4. Iron Man as a character has changed 14
No,
times.
I'm not saying Iron
Well-
Man. I'm saying Tony Stark.
yeah.
Yeah.
Specifically that Iron Man.
Yeah.
I'll stop talking now.
There's nobody better.
No, he is Tony Stark,
Yeah. It's
and he has the money to prove it.
it is far too perfect, and he has zero reason not to continue to be Tony Stark
No, he is Tony
for
Stark.
the rest of history until he fucking dies.
Well, for two reasons. One, because of the money, but two, also like there's never going to be a person who can do it as fucking well as he can, no matter what he likes. But I do have only not to be the fucking sad Molly or whatever here. One thing I don't like, sad Sally. The one thing I don't like about him making as much money as he's making or whatever is that takes out of their budget. You know, it takes out of like him continue to do it. Like he has bragged
The
about
overall.
whatever.
Yeah.
And so that's kind of a bummer because I'm sure at some point he can be just like, well, just pay me $1. Like he's Steve Jobs the whole fucking thing because he's like already super fucking rich from playing Tony Stark for all this
I
long.
wouldn't
but-
be terribly surprised if after Infinity War, whatever they want to do after that,
Yeah.
that's going to start being the case. And they're like,
hope
there's going to
so.
be articles on BuzzFeed. Oh my God, Robert Downey Jr. takes $1 for
Well, he lives.
his next
He
movie.
lives
to
in
be-
in a lighthouse now.
I know.
Oh, what a life.
Just woke as fuck.
yeah, just woke as fuck. One other weird
He's
factoid.
made it.
Another factoid I read because of the Infinity Wars thing. The Russo brothers are also doing Ant-Man and Wasp, and I'm excited about that because I love Paul Rudd. But they said,
And eventually
for-
Lily.
Oh goddamn!
of course, yeah.
I know you guys don't like Lost, but God, I'm sorry.
No.
Oh, yeah,
no.
Kate,
Pound
man,
it,
of course,
baby.
of course,
Kate
of
for
course.
life, dog.
Yes.
But one of the funny things, and this
Shihada's a baker.
I was
I'll say
so I
that.
watched the trailer for the new Infinity War and I got really fucking excited about it. And then I read this article that said that Ant-Man and Wasp is actually the most tied into the entire Marvel Cinematic Universe when it comes to Thanos. And I started to think like maybe I should get a refund on these tickets because I don't understand how you can do that. So because like specifically because
it's called Paul Rudd.
because like the first Ant-Man movie was just so like insulated for the rest of it. It was siloed, you know?
Right, it's exactly it was
It's
the thing that
non-fandom.
happened
Right,
where
right.
I was like,
in the house.
holy crap, this is super great.
Yeah.
I'm having a really good time seeing this,
Yeah.
which is the exact opposite
Yeah.
how I felt about Ragnarok.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Where I was
yeah.
like, oh my God, this does not need to exist.
Fan
Ant-Man
service.
didn't need to exist. Like
Right.
that whole thing
Right.
did not need
Yeah.
to
Right.
happen.
Same thing with Guardians.
2.
Guardians did.
2.
Well,
Guardians
right,
2.
right,
I
right.
enjoyed
For the
Ragnarok.
Infinity War,
I
Guardians
enjoyed it.
did need to exist. 2 didn't need to exist.
For Infinity War 2, yeah.
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 But the first one did. The second one, you're just like
Right.
squeezing blood out the stone.
Right. But Ant-Man was not part of the
by
phases.
Default,
It was just
did
stuff.
not need. I feel the exact same way about its existence that I do about Thor Ragnarok, which just the only reason why Thor Ragnarok needs to exist is because the Australian rock guy,
Sure, he was the director.
Yeah.
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 and he's brilliant. Like
Yeah.
it's just
Yeah.
I want everything explained by him.
Oh no, he's
Like-
dead. Oh no, he's alive. All right.
All right, see you later.
Oh no, he's dead.
right.
Meanwhile, the Last Jedi is still the worst Jedi. I stand by that.
I don't know that, but we don't have that much time to go into that.
I would say
Actually,
so.
we're out
I
of
would
time.
agree.
We're actually completely out of time for this in general.
We are.
I want to talk about that more, but one day. Well,
Yeah, maybe next week.
Dylan's checked out entirely. So if you. I think we had a really good time on
great.
episode. It was episode, I guess, technically 3 of Content Pinning the Show.
7, 9.
Sure, that's positive.
We
Um,
do stuff.
Adam, thanks for coming and hang out with us.
Hey, thank you.
All times. Josh, thanks for coming and hanging out with us. Thanks so much for doing the show.
Always a
and
pleasure.
DJ Yoshi Fuerte, please go find him on all of the things, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, right? Any
Oh, yeah.
place we can find it. Do you have like just a domain of any kind? Just
Yeah. Remember, I didn't pay for the com. It's djyoshifuerte.net.
Right.
I don't know why.
Yeah, sure.
Didn't want to spend the extra $2.
It's cheaper.
So I
yeah.
didn't.
Yeah.
That $2 went to
It was hard
something?
times when you registered that.
Oh, damn right.
Dylan, thanks for helping me run the show, and thank you so much for putting on.
Still standing.
Thank you so much for
For
putting
now.
on Day Drinking with Friends. It was a fucking ton of fun, and I'm glad
It's
to
the
be a part of
best.
it. Yeah.
Holy shit! Come next year, everyone, for Day Drinking with
Yeah,
Friends.
fucking
Holy
please,
shit.
Jesus
what
Christ.
the fuck are you doing?
It was so much fun.
Yeah.
If you like the show, you want to know about the show, you can go to contentpending.com. That's contentpending.com. We can find updates on this or other shows that we're doing. This, again, is called The Content Pending, the show. You can find on iTunes. You can find on really any place you can find a podcast. Go and find that and upvote or leave a comment or whatever you like, because we'd like to hear from you. Specifically with that, you go to facebook.com/drunk facebook.com/content pending. You can go to @content pending on Twitter or contentpending.com, DOTCOM spelled out, on Instagram, and go find more stuff there. You can also questions at contentpending.com or 802-359-7468. That is a phone number where you can call or text. You can leave a voicemail or text us with a question or a complaint or anything you don't like or love about us or whatever. We can answer it in kind. Do any of those things, do none of those things, but just, if you like this show, at least tell a friend. Tell a friend to go check it out, because we're fucking everywhere. And then we'll release the rest of what we have and what we can ever salvage from this show, and we hope you fucking enjoy it. And we're gonna keep doing this. We're gonna have any of the comedians that were on the show coming up pretty soon. We have to get Devin Walker on for sure, because we missed him last year just because of timing problems. But of course, Adam and Avery, we're going to talk about their new podcast. We're going to talk about basically everybody in the whole world. I'm running out of time. Anyway, I love you so much. This is Travis. Bye.
Content pending.